Provincial elections are coming up soon, and of course, housing is always a huge topic. Each of the major parties have their own plan of what they're going to try and do to tackle the housing affordability problem in Ontario, and it is important that you make an informed decision on this topic. So in this video, we're going to quickly break down the platform for all of the three major parties and what they plan to do to try and fix housing affordability in Ontario. What's up everyone, it's Vazquez and we are back with another video. Like I just mentioned, we're going to be going over what each of the three major parties are going to be doing to try and fix housing affordability. If you find this information valuable or helpful to you at all, please do me a huge favor and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Really motivates me to keep putting out videos on the channel. Also, double check to make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on. Would seriously appreciate it. Let's start with the party that is currently in power, the Conservatives and Mr. Doug Ford. You know, Dougie Doug, the only Doug can get it done guy. Nice jingle, by the way. Let's see if you can get it done with housing affordability. All jokes aside, the Conservatives have done some work in this space already. They have already passed legislation to try and increase the amount of homes for sale in the province. This bill that they passed includes increasing the non-resident speculation tax to 20%, so basically just taxing foreign buyers, setting a deadline for municipalities to approve zoning changes to speed up the process if someone wanted to change the zoning of their house to allow for more units on their property, and they're going to be spending $19 million to curb the backlog at the Ontario Land Tribunal. So basically, when a landlord and tenant go to court, they can use that money to get through all the cases that have been piling up, and then that means future cases, you won't have to wait so long to go to court. So what I just went over there is legislation that has already been passed. The legislation is built off of recommendations from the Housing Task Force, but it doesn't act on all of the things that were recommended. For example, one of the suggestions that they had was to end single-family zoning in certain areas just to increase the amount of units available for rent, and that is something that the Ford government has not looked into just yet. Now, of course, if they were able to change that single-family zoning and allow people to create extra units, that would increase the supply of rental houses available, which would bring the price of rent down. So that is a good thing from an affordability standpoint. Now, from what I understand, the Conservative government is still planning to go through with this legislation. They're just waiting a little bit because they want to have some more time to talk to municipalities before they make this big change. So the Conservatives are already making strides to try and fix the issue. That's all they've done so far. They've also promised that they're going to build 1.5 million homes over the next 10 years, and they're committed to addressing unethical behavior from developers by basically just increasing fines and administrative penalties if the projects that are being built are not completed up to professional standards. Moving on to the Liberals. The Liberal Party is promising a 5% tax on vacant homes for foreign buyers and a 2% tax for Canadian owners. So if you own a vacant home, there's no one living in there, you're gonna get taxed. The party has stated that the revenue from this should be about $450 million per year, which would go to other affordable housing projects. The Liberal Party also said they're gonna be building 1.5 million homes over the next 10 years, so same thing as the Conservatives there. They also pledged to reinstate rent control for all buildings in the province, meaning that landlords can only raise rents each year by a small regulated amount. This rent control thing has already been in place. However, for buildings that were built in 2018 or newer, there was no rent control, so you could just raise rents to however much you want. The Liberals are basically planning to reinstate that across all home types, no matter when it was built. And finally, the Liberals are also promising to build 138,000 deeply affordable homes that would include supportive housing and homes for Indigenous people. To speed up housing construction, the Liberals plan to give municipalities $300 million over the next 5 years in an effort to expedite the planning process. Now, on to the NDP. The NDP pledged to end exclusionary zoning to increase the supply of affordable housing. So same thing, make it so that there's not just pockets of single-family homes. They're just gonna end all that zoning so you can make extra units and make more rental units. They also plan to establish an organization titled Housing Ontario, which will finance and build at least 250,000 affordable and non-market rental homes over the next 10 years. They're also doing the same thing as the Conservatives and the Liberals by promising to build 1.5 million homes over the next 10 years. They also pledged to reintroduce rent control and ensure that new tenants pay what the last tenant paid. Basically the same thing that the Liberals are going to be doing. And that plan does include a focus on social housing by building 100,000 units and updating an additional 260,000 units. The NDP are also promising to crack down on speculation by introducing a speculation tax and a vacancy tax on residential property that's not lived in. The tax rate would be 2% of the assessed value, and it would be phased in over 2 years. So in a nutshell, those are the plans of the three major parties and how they're gonna try and tackle housing affordability in Ontario. What do you think about each of those platforms? Which party do you think has the best plan to try and fix this problem in Ontario with housing affordability? Let me know in the comments below. I did say this was gonna be a short one, so that's it for now. I do hope you found this information valuable and informative. If you have any questions, if you want to talk more about this, if you need help with buying or selling a house, anything like that at all, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact info is below. Just reach out to me whatever way you are most comfortable with. Thank you so much for watching the video. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you did like the video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Would seriously appreciate it. Also double check to make sure you are subscribed because we got great content coming out and you don't want to miss any of that. Anyways, that's it for today. So enjoy your week and have a great one.